Going out into the field. In the background you can see 3 of the hives. I'm kind of jiggling around. I'm really sorry about that. There's 3 of the hives. This is our little walk-through gate. Grandpa looks like he's in outer space. He's kind of outer space anyway. And we have the gate locked purposely so that the dogs don't go out and get stung. Before we start, the lavender one with the yellow is Grandpa's, Grandpa Rich's. Mine is the pure yellow one that started out like a gangbuster, and then the queen died and we had to requeen her. And so she's quite a bit behind from Grandpa's, and that makes him very happy. This one right here actually requeened itself and in a nuke, and we transferred it now into 2 deep hives with a feeder. This one is, all we're doing with this one is going to feed it a mixture of 1-on-1 sugar, water, and 1 gallon sugar to 1 gallon water. This is, the bees are thirsty. There's nothing in there. Grandpa's going to be pouring it in. This isn't even 1/4 of what's underneath the hive. Now he's going to pour it carefully because otherwise the bees could drown. In this mixture is also what they call bee honey super, and that will provides vitamins and nutrients for the bees when there is not the floral. As you can see, most of our flowers are pretty much spent, so the poor bees at this time are not getting the nectar and the pollen that they're needing to sustain themselves. I'll try and get a close look of this one, Grandpa's hive. I don't know if you can see it, but those are bees going into the entry. These are all female bees. They are the workers and the nurse bees. The ones that are going in and out are what they call the foragers. And the foragers is the last stage of the bee's life. They only live for 6 weeks. And a lot of times they never make it back to the hive. They die in the field. Grandpa's getting a little anxious and I'm going to have to help him. But I don't know. They're buzzing around, but it's kind of hard to pick up on a bee that's in flight. I'm walking over to the pond. This is what Tom Ballard, Grandma Sally, and Grandpa Rich built. Bees require water, actually, surprisingly, a lot of water. It's through the water that they maintain the humidity in their hive. They also use it as, they drink it and they fan their wings and they make it like a little air conditioner in there. The temperature in a hive has to be maintained at 95 degrees for their brood or babies to hatch, and also to cure the honey and be able to cap it so that it does not ferment. Isn't that kind of cool? We actually have 4 fish in there also. And I cannot put anything in there to kill algae, so we've gone natural by putting in the pond plants, because anything that's toxic that would kill a plant will kill a bee. What I'm doing is sliding you over, and you're going to see 2 other hives, and these are called nukes. And what we are trying to do, we were told that Grandpa's hive, the purple one, is ready to swarm. It has in there at least 7 queen cells, and the old queen is not in the best of health. And so what she'll do is take half of her hive workers and put them in another area and start another colony. These are, we're hoping they go here instead of up in a tree, where we'd have to cut the limb and get them into these boxes. And we kind of cheating because we put in what they call a beeler pheromone that will attract the scout bees to these boxes to set up the new swarm. This is kind of the field. The intention is that all of this will become pollinating plants. We are going to reseed it with a cover crop this fall to get some more life into the soil, since we nuked it so horribly and killed everything. And just, I think you can see one of the orange fish down there. Like I said, this is a 3-level pond, and that's what we call our bee beach. Bees come down there, they don't drown, they drink off, get it near the water, and they can consume as much water as they need. Grandpa just took out a hive, and all this is honey. We still have bees on this that we have to get off. The dark is what they call wet honey. The white is where they've capped it. Turn it over. This one is all pulled out, but this is also totally full of honey. And these are the things that we're going to be taking to the bee, the person that will extract these. But we first have to get all of the bees off of these 8 frames. Otherwise, that's really going to upset this guy that's going to do this work for us. Anyway, going to put you on pause so I can help Grandpa, and be back in a little bit. Okay, since we took off the cover to the honey boxes, there were still bees in there, and all these hives with honey have to be delivered to our extractor carry without any bees in them at all. So the little board that you're seeing on the top is what they call a fume board, and you spray this harvest stuff that is just absolutely gaggy to the bees, and they'll go down to the next box, and we have to wait 5 minutes. That should be empty then. Then we'll put our bees, put the honey boxes in our wagon, and these boxes, by the time Rich and I lift them, are going to be close to 90 pounds each, full of 8 frames of raw honey. So we're hoping to get 3 boxes. That's a lot of honey, and I'll keep you posted. Okay, bye-bye. Grandpa is loosening up one of the honey supers that we took off of here, and we want to show you what this looks like. Like we said, this box alone, when we lifted it off, is close to 90 pounds. We only go an 8 frame. If we had a 10 frame, it'd be well over 100.
We got some in the bottom there.
Got some bees here that are lagering, but we'll take care of that. Isn't that beautiful? Solid white cap honey. So pretty exciting. And there's, I don't know if you can see that, these are frames that are inside, and they're all filled, or if even more so. So pretty amazing harvest for first year beekeepers.